Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you in another video. All right, so I'm not the guy to come to for all the young talent that's popping up left and right and all kinds of different things like that. That's not my specialty. But what I can say is when I hear of something that seems like it could be interesting to me, I will often come to the camera and bring it to you. So the Memphis Grizzlies are trying to, I guess, strategically put themselves in a position to be their best self come playoff time. And they got a guy by the name of Kenny Lofton Jr., who was the G League. I think he was the G League Rookie of the Year. I think that's how that went. Whatever type of honors he got, they were very, very, very prestigious stuff. And they want to put him on their roster for the playoffs because of that reason. So they're putting him on, and as a result, they had to create a roster spot. And what they ended up doing was they waived Kennedy Chandler, 20-year-old rookie out of Syracuse. Now, my team, I'm a Laker fan. We got all the guards in the world. We got guards on top of guards. We got too many guards. So we're probably not the greatest example of who would necessarily need to take a flyer on this particular piece. But this guy is a pretty solid prospect that I think can really booster somebody's bench, second or third unit right away, and then be a project that maybe can develop into a real piece. Just from a little homework that I did on the kid, he attacks the pick and rolls pretty well. You cheat on the pick and roll, he's hitting mid-range jumpers on your head, picks you right apart. And then on the defensive end, he has some steals ability and some tracking ability and some good little things that he does, intangible things that help him be a good player on both sides. So when you're looking for a guard, let's say we were just depleted of guards and we were depleted of all the talent in the world, like last year when we had nothing but old people running around, this would have been one of those situations where I said we need to immediately jump on this situation and try to bring this kid in, see if he could play for our South Bay Lakers or see if he wants to, earn his opportunity with this team. Because quite honestly, this is how you make something out of nothing if you're devoid of assets. You find these opportunities. You trust that Memphis always scouts well and drafts well. So whatever it is they're letting go of, chances are you can do something with it, if nothing else. You don't have to look at that player and say, oh, they was a dud. No, you look at the circumstances and say they'd probably rather not have to be forced to get rid of this kid. So maybe he has some upside that I could really use. And that's what I see there. He's a little undersized. He's a shorter guy, but his skill set and his upside tells you that you can turn him into something. He's already got the base ability to be a guard in this league already. All you got to do is get him into a system that works for him and develop him. And so that's what I think of this young kid, Kennedy Chandler. Like many other prospects around the NBA, he's somebody who probably should be given an opportunity to see if he could do something. And I don't think that he's gotten that as of yet in his rookie season, with the Memphis Grizzlies playing behind all the guards that they got, Tyus Jones, Ja Morant, obviously, and others. So, yeah, he was a guy that was an odd man out. I took a look at the consensus on that, looking at people who were paying attention to the Grizzlies. They didn't agree. They thought they should have dropped somebody else. So that's a very good sign to me as somebody who has no idea who he is. Overall, the consensus is this is somebody the Memphis Grizzlies should otherwise find a way to keep, and they didn't. So that means your team should pick him up. That's what that tells me, especially if you have a strong farm system that you can afford to allow him to develop in. So that's just what I gathered. A guy who was just drafted 5 minutes ago, literally was drafted just now. So whatever anyone thought of him 10 months ago is nothing changed at all. And he didn't have any injuries that I know of any kind. So still a lot. He's still a little, whatever his pick was, second round, whatever he was, he's still exactly that. And so that's why I'm like, okay, when I look for stuff like that, or rather I look for stuff like that around the league. Like anytime a team drops a guy, or if he has a problem of some sort and now he's going to be away from the team, but he was a lottery pick, I'm waiting to see what happens with those situations. I'm still waiting to see what happens with Josh Primo. You know what I mean? I'm that guy. So, of course, I'm going to keep my ears open for something like this and then bring it to you guys. So that's what it is, man. Kennedy Chandler, I don't know what his next step is going to be for his career, but I'm pretty sure as a young rookie, somebody is going to see him the same way they saw him 10 months ago and think like I'm thinking and have no trouble bringing him in. So that's what I expect. He'll find himself somewhere. But this is me telling you that I would be the guy that brings him to my situation, just because of all that other stuff I just said. You know what I mean? Just knowing that this is how you bring yourself something and that can have some real upside while you're playing guys that really can't do nothing for you. As we always say, guys that have been in the league for 1 million years and have made 1 million times more than they need to. Now it's like, all right, let's see if a guy like Kennedy Chandler can come in, play those guys' roles, maybe pop, turn into something, and then I could trade Kennedy Chandler for twice of what he's worth, or now have a piece in place that I got out of nowhere. So this is how it's done, ladies and gentlemen, especially when you've mortgaged your future. That's what I got to say. BDL 44. I thank you all for watching. I'm out.